Snowstorms have a way of stealing sound, as if the world itself goes silent in fear of what the cold might take next. On one freezing December night, the city streets were nearly deserted, except for a handful of people rushing to escape the biting wind. Headlights glided over icy roads, and the sidewalks shimmered beneath frozen layers of snow. Near a towering corporate building, under a flickering streetlight, a fragile figure sat pressed against a concrete wall. A young woman trembled uncontrollably, her clothes torn, her skin pale, her breath forming weak clouds in the air. She looked invisible, like someone the world had chosen to forget. Suddenly, a small voice broke the silence. "Daddy, please help her." A little girl in a pink coat clutched her father's sleeve, her eyes fixed on the shivering woman. That single plea would quietly change the lives of everyone involved. The man was Arden Hale, a powerful CEO known for his sharp business instincts and his gentle devotion as a father. Walking home with his 6-year-old daughter, Mira, he stopped and followed her gaze. What he saw tightened his chest. The woman on the ground was barely conscious, no older than her early 20s, snow clinging to her hair, her thin blanket soaked and useless against the cold. Arden knelt carefully beside her, but she didn't respond. In that moment, he understood this wasn't just kindness, it was survival. Leaving her there could mean she wouldn't live to see morning. Without hesitation, he wrapped his coat around her shoulders and lifted her gently. Mira held onto his arm as they rushed through the snow toward the car. The woman's name, they later learned, was Seraphine Vale. She was intelligent, quiet, and once full of dreams. But life had been unkind. After aging out of foster care, she lost her job during layoffs. When her remaining savings were stolen, everything collapsed faster than she could recover. As she slowly healed, Seraphine shared fragments of her story. Her voice shook, not only from the cold, but from the memory of how quickly a life could unravel. Arden offered her a temporary place to stay, a warm room, regular meals, and safety. Nothing extravagant, just dignity. At first, Seraphine resisted, ashamed to accept help. But Mira's gentle kindness softened her heart. The little girl brought drawings, stories, and shy smiles that stitched hope back together, one day at a time. Strength slowly returned. Seraphine began helping around the house, then assisting Arden with simple office tasks. He noticed her determination, her quick learning, and her deep gratitude. She never asked for more. All she wanted was the chance to stand on her own again. When spring arrived, Seraphine made a difficult choice. Arden offered her a job at his company, but she declined. She wanted to rebuild her life through her own efforts, not through pity. With quiet resolve, she stepped back into the world, carrying the memory of one snowy night that had saved her life. Years passed. Life moved on. Seraphine became a tender memory, someone they had helped, someone who had taught them the true meaning of compassion. Then 7 years later, everything came full circle. At a grand charity gala hosted by Hale Industries, Arden prepared to unveil a nationwide initiative to support homeless youth, providing shelter, education, and career opportunities. The project was inspired by a winter night he had never forgotten. When the keynote speaker was announced, the room fell silent. Seraphine Vale walked onto the stage. She was transformed, confident, radiant, strong. She was now the founder of a rapidly growing nonprofit dedicated to helping abandoned young women. Her organization had rescued hundreds from homelessness, offering counseling, job training, and safe housing. Her success wasn't built on sympathy. It was built on resilience. As Seraphine spoke, she shared her journey honestly, the nights spent freezing on sidewalks, the mornings she believed hope was gone. Then she paused, emotion trembling in her voice, and spoke of a father and his daughter who refused to walk past her pain. Their kindness, she said, had lit the fire that guided her life. Arden felt his throat tighten. Mira, now a teenager, wiped away tears. They had once saved her, but now she was saving countless others. When Seraphine's eyes met Arden's across the room, gratitude passed between them without words. She stepped down from the stage and walked straight to them. The reunion was quiet, emotional, and deeply human. Compassion had completed its circle. Mira hugged Seraphine tightly, just as she had wanted 2 years ago on that frozen sidewalk. And Seraphine closed her eyes, finally feeling the warmth of belonging.